Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be a general love reading for the zodiac sign of Pisces. And if you're not seeing yourself in this reading or you're not resonating, please make sure to check your other placements and see if your situation is there. So let's get into it. I've been saying to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. This past year, I've started watching my rising sign, and I find it resonates sometimes more than my sun sign. And I also started checking out my Venus sign, which also I find resonates a lot of the time. But we're going to see what Spirit wants you to know, Pisces, about your situation. And we're going to start with this deck. So I'm going to get a few cards from this deck to see what Spirit wants you to know. And then I'm going to get a few cards from this deck about the person that you're connected to energetically when it comes to love. So right away I'm seeing home and friendship. So you could be spending a lot of time working on your home, spending time with friends. What does Pisces need to know? We have an apology. So someone could have to make or want to make amends with you here, or you could be waiting for an apology. Friendship again. Maybe someone owes you an apology for prioritizing friends over this connection. So let's see what's happening here. Oh dear. We have toxic, codependency, and triggered. So I do feel like this was a connection that could have triggered your codependency. It also could be that you were dealing with someone who had, toxic tendencies, and the fact that we have triggered, emotional, provoked, overthinking. I do feel like this was a connection that triggered you as well. I think it triggered both of you, and it could have become like if two people are really triggered and it's kind of like fire and fire, like fighting fire with fire, I'm hearing, clash of the egos, it can become quite toxic. And we have true love, divine union could be the one. So this could even be, I'm hearing a counterpart situation, but let's see what comes out. So this person could have triggered wounds within you. You could have triggered wounds within them. So what does Pisces need to know? Come on. That's exactly what I was hearing. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I was hearing. So twin flame is the first card out, and that's what I was hearing with that toxic and triggered. And I was thinking about how counterpart connections trigger your most unhealed wounds. Myself, I went through my entire life with my wounds. Well, not my entire life. The first, 18 years of my life, 19 years of my life, I had a lot of trauma. And then it lay dormant within me for another 15 years. It lay dormant within me. It was never triggered. I knew it was there, but I didn't have to look at it. And then when I started on my counterpart journey, all of those wounds were triggered within me by my counterpart, and they all got brought up to the surface. And that's what I meant about that toxic card. When two people are triggered, or when this person maybe triggered those unhealed wounds within you, it could have become a toxic situation where you were both highly triggered, highly reactive, highly emotional, provoking each other's wounds. Like it's almost like you're stabbing each other's unhealed wounds. And I know for me, the way that I was triggered, it was like I didn't even recognize myself. It was like someone else had taken over my body. The way that I would I am someone who doesn't yell. I don't scream. And I would find myself screaming and yelling. And I can remember my kids were like, "Mommy, what is wrong with you?" So anyway, that's kind of what I was hearing when I saw toxic, triggered, divine union could be the one. I was here. That's why I said you could be dealing with a counterpart. And then this card came flying out. So mirroring self, soul connection. And I'll say it, It's a connection that not many people understand, unless you've been through it and you have been doing, you've been doing the inner work, and not many people understand it. And there's so many people, I think, who find themselves on this journey and hit a point where they're like, this is BS, I don't want this. And then they can go on to tell people that it's not true and it doesn't exist and this counterpart journey isn't real. I've even heard a lot of people, say, I don't think you're actually supposed to end up with your counterpart. And I do believe that not everybody ends up with their counterpart, because both counterparts have to do the inner work. But I also know, especially in the last few years, with all of this knowledge, I know a lot of counterparts that have come into union. Anyway, we have summer. So summer could be symbolic. You could have a memory in terms of summer with your counterpart, or this could even be that something is coming this summer within this connection. We have life partner stability. So I do feel like you saw this person as your life partner. Again, summer could be symbolic. That could have been when you met. It could have been when you separated. Love of a lifetime. And that's what I mean. Like, what I say about counterparts is, if you know, like, if you are one, if you know, you know. There's no denying it. You know when you are one, in my opinion. We have caution. So be careful, red flags, don't rush. I do feel like you triggered, I feel like there could have been red flags with your person that maybe you overlooked because you saw them as your counterpart, your life partner. I feel like they could have triggered those within you. Maybe you weren't seeing the red flags within yourself either. I just want to say that if something is coming in this connection, that's a very strong sign of don't rush it. And just my own journey, anytime that there was a point of contact, I always thought, oh, this is it, it's union time, and I would rush things. So Spirit's telling you, be careful, don't rush. If this person comes in, don't rush things. Take it like one day at a time. I'm hearing don't rush towards union, don't rush towards marriage. Take it slowly. And also, sometimes those points of contact are to make you aware if you still have those triggers within you. So pay attention to your own red flags, or your own internal red flags is what I'm hearing. Like, if this person comes towards you and you feel triggered, take a step back before you react. Don't get to that emotionally provoked space is what I'm hearing. And we have music. So you could be a musician, or your person could be, but it says your song signs through music. And that is a way that counterparts communicate. Whether it's their souls are sending songs back and forth. So you have a song that's following you around, or you keep hearing, like, what I mean by that is, like, you turn on the radio, that song is on. You go to the mall, the song is on in the background. You turn on a TV show, that song is there. That is a way that counterparts communicate on a soul level. Or if you're just listening to music and all of a sudden you really feel like a certain line of the song, like it's almost like your person is talking to you through the song. And I know, myself included, some counterparts actually do communicate through music, like they send each other songs in the 3D. Anyway, so that is what is coming through. And I just want to say, I see friendship on the bottom. So if you end up hearing from this person this summer, or maybe you've already heard from them, I feel like I'm seeing this heart card that I have. I haven't used those cards in so long, but I'm seeing this heart message card that says nurture the bonds of friendship. So don't rush. Nurture the bond of friendship before you rush into anything is what I'm hearing. Anyway, I don't know if you're This is not giving me any information. If you're not in contact with this person, you could be in minimal contact. Like maybe you just send songs to each other, or maybe you are exploring a friendship with them. So let's see the person you're connected to. Let's see their energy. Well, I like that. I like that. Self-love. So this person is working on their self-love, which helps somebody to heal. And somebody has to love themselves to heal themselves. Because if someone doesn't love themselves, they're very closed off to looking at their shadows and admitting their wrongs. I feel like your person has had a very tough winter. Yeah, so your person's energy is showing me that they're very focused on themselves right now. I just, froggy in my throat, releasing, cleansing, healing. And with the winter card, winter can symbolize, in my experience of reading tarot and all of my oracle decks, winter can symbolize healing. It can symbolize hibernation. I do feel like your person has had a very difficult winter, because we have difficult emotional upheaval and winter. So I feel like it's been a very hard winter for them. And we have relax, which is Four of Swords energy. So I do feel like your person is spending a lot of time working on themselves right now, working on their self-love. We have, look at this on the bottom of the deck, we have divine timing, patience. So whatever your person is going through, you need to trust in divine timing. Trust that the universe has got this. The universe is taking care of this. And again, they're working on their self-love, which is really good. And we have growth. So personal development. They're going through personal development. They're helping themselves. So I like that. I like that that's the energy your person is in. I feel like they are feeling very emotional about you as well. Like I said, it could have been a very tough winter for them. Again, I'm seeing like hibernation. So tarot will give us a better idea. I think I want to use Light Seers Tarot for you. So we have the King of Wands. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Star, healing. I'm hearing fated connection. I'm seeing the Fate card in that Wisdom of the Oracle. You were fated to meet this person, and you were both meant to grow into more healed versions of yourself because of this connection. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. We've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's positive changes. So I feel like there's a lot of positive change here. And let's cut the deck. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. So it does feel like there could be some sort of offer coming towards you. Again, maybe this offer has already come in for some of you, and this, I don't know, your person's energy looks very like they're holding back from you. So if you are talking to this person and they're holding back, there's a reason. I feel like they're still going through emotional things. But for some of you looking at your person's energy, I feel like they're, I don't know if you're talking. So if you're not talking to this person and they come in with this offer, be careful, don't rush it. Let that pentacle root, let it grow slowly into something stable. And if you are talking to this person, same advice, don't rush it. So let's see. A very loud truck just went by, like a gray pickup truck. So let's look at your person's energy first. We've got the Fool and we've got Temperance. So it could be that your person is, has taken a leap of faith towards you, or they're getting ready to take a leap of faith towards you. I also feel like this person is surrendering to their own growth and awakening here. That's Eight of Wands. What the? All right. So again, I can't figure out if this person is talking to you or they're about to. And I'm going to stop trying to figure that out. Again, the advice is the same. If you're talking to this person, don't rush it. If you aren't talking to this person, they're getting ready to reach out to you. The Fool and the Eight of Wands. And your person is going through rapid change and rapid growth right now with the Eight of Wands. I also saw Temperance. So let's see one more for your person's energy. Why you gotta fall on the floor? That one, hang on. I gotta crawl under my table for it. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So your person, if you are talking to them, they could be very quiet with you right now. The Page of Pentacles is quiet and steady. If you're not talking to this person, they're quietly and steadily moving towards you, wanting some sort of new beginning. Remember that Ace of Pentacles we saw? We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it feels like this person wants to alleviate their stress by having a conversation with you. Page of Pentacles, we've got the Emperor right underneath that. So it feels like this person is overcoming their anxiety about taking action towards you, stepping up. But Page of Pentacles, this person is grounding right now. They are growing. They're working on themselves. Again, quiet and steadily. And it feels like they're very dedicated to this self-growth so that they can be with you. I've got a black dog hair again. Jeez. All right, so let me make sure this is straight. It is straight. Let's get your energy. Let's get your energy. Show me Pisces energy. All right, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the King of Pentacles. This is an interesting one. And we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. So it does feel like you see this person as a life partner. You could even, maybe you were married to this person. You definitely see them as a life partner though, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. So King and Queen of Pentacles here, we do have a match here. So clearly you see this person as your person. Eight of Pentacles. This is your current energy, King of Pentacles. So it feels like you could be very focused on business right now. You could also be of the mindset where you're wondering if this person doesn't step up and they don't commit, that you are thinking about walking away. And again, that's why that be careful, don't rush. Like maybe if you are talking to this person, you were expecting that if they came in, they would want to commit to this right away. And so you could be feeling like if this person doesn't step up and provide and protect and commit to me, it looks to me like you're thinking about walking away. And that's why I think I mentioned, or Spirit had me mention, that not every point of contact means that union is happening instantly or that commitment is happening instantly. And Spirit's saying, like, don't rush this, especially if you are feeling frustrated and you are contemplating, like if you're feeling frustrated with the delays and you're like, that's it, I'm done, I'm going to walk away from this. Remember how I talked about so many people hit those road bumps on the twin flame journey and they give up? And they're like, well, this just must not have been my twin flame, or they don't choose it. And I'm not faulting anyone for not choosing it. I've been there. I understand. But this to me looks like for some of you, you could be thinking about walking away. And that could be what that red flag card is about too. Like, be careful, don't rush that decision to just walk away, because from what I'm seeing in your person's energy, they are grounding. They are starting to do the work. They are starting to grow and focus on, you know, coming into inner union with themselves, which they need to do before they can come into union with you. The other thing is you could have, this Eight of Cups it could have been that you did already walk away from this connection in the past. And I'm not talking about walking away and like giving up on this person completely, but I'm talking about that if you love something, let it go. And if it's meant to be, it'll come back, because you see somebody walking away from a cup that's still on fire. So there's still feelings there. And then we've got the Hanged Man in reverse. So let me just look at the Hanged Man in reverse. Where are you, Hanged Man in reverse? So that's really interesting because it says standstill, delay, stagnation. So listen to this. The Hanged Man card in reverse represents a very specific period of time during which you may feel as if you are sacrificing a significant amount of time while getting nothing in return. And that, you know, the fact that we have that twin flame card there, it can feel like that because you don't see action in the 3D. You can't see what your person is doing. And you do sometimes feel like, what is this all for? Am I just wasting my time? What if nothing ever comes of that? And those are the moments where you have to see this journey for being about you and coming into inner union with you and changing your mindset, that if you are learning how to love yourself and learning how to heal those triggers, it's not time wasted. You need to like change your mindset of, I'm wasting my time, to look at everything I'm gaining, look at how much I'm growing. So it does look like Hanged Man in reverse, a period of suspension. So it feels like this is suspended right now and there's nothing happening. And again, Spirit's saying it's okay. You don't need to rush this period, whatever's happening. And again, 8 of Cups, you could be thinking like, if nothing happens, I'm going to walk away. And that is, I find it interesting because we have these 2 cards on the bottom. Divine timing, patience, trust in the universe, divine timing. So I feel like right now, I'll get advice for you, but I feel like right now, Spirit's really telling you that you can't rush this. Like, even though you're frustrated of the stagnation and that there's nothing happening and you're thinking about walking away forever, you can't rush this. And sometimes that energy of, maybe I should just walk away from this, is kind of a little bit of trying to control the situation, trying to control divine timing, trying to rush things. I hope I'm not triggering people. I can feel that I'm triggering a few people right now. I can feel it. What was I going to look up? I was going to look up the 8 of Cups for you. So the 8 of Cups is a reminder to let instincts and intuition lead the way in decision making. So if that's a great example. Thank you, Spirit. So if your ego is like, I'm just wasting my time, maybe I should walk away. That's your ego and your fear talking. What is your intuition saying? And for some of you, like I said, your intuition, like so many counterparts, your intuition could be at the point where you are releasing the outcome, or your intuition is telling you, like, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be. I do feel like for some of you, 8 of Cups also shows abandonment issues. So this person could be triggering, like if you're having that thought process of, there's nothing happening, I'm just wasting my time. What if this person never chooses me, or whatever the thought process is? That could be that your fear of abandonment is being triggered. I hope that makes sense. I think that for some of the people I'm reading for right now, I feel like in the past there was nothing happening within this connection and you felt like you needed to release it or walk away. And again, I feel like that's an important part of the counterpart journey, is when you release it and you surrender control to the universe and you focus on yourself. I hope that made sense. So let's see how your person is feeling about you. How is your person feeling about you? How is your person feeling about you? We've got the 10 of Pentacles. So your person does feel like they see a future with you, a long-term future with you. Again, this pentacle that they're planting, Page of Pentacles, they're hoping that it turns into something stable. This person feels like they could see themselves marrying you. They could see themselves committing to you. Maybe they envision you blending your families together if you already both have families. How are they feeling about you? Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands, holy cow. So that's what I mean about, you may feel like there's nothing happening right now, but look at what's going on in their energy. They're feeling like they want to return home. They're feeling like they want to offer you something stable. They're feeling like you could have they see commitment with you. They see you as a love of a lifetime. They see stability and life partner material for you. What's interesting is what's on the bottom. We have the Queen of Swords. So that's an energy that they feel apprehensive about coming towards you, or that you are, they could be feeling like you're guarded with them right now, or if they were to come in, that you may, like they're feeling nervous about coming towards you. So with the Queen of Swords, you, again, I was hearing that there could be a collective that's watching this, that you realized this wasn't working and that you needed to release it and walk away, or maybe this person walked away from you. Maybe you had to put up boundaries with this person and protect your heart. Like this person feels like you're protecting your heart right now. And again, they're feeling apprehensive about coming towards you with this offer. They do feel like coming home here. They feel like offering you something stable. They feel like they could have a long-term connection with you with that 10 of Pentacles. All right, let's see how you're feeling about them. That'll tell me more. How are you feeling about them? How are you feeling about them? How are you feeling about them? So, 10 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse. You're feeling like this one fell into my lap. One of these fell into my lap. So for how you feel about them, it does look like you want reconciliation. You want to come back together with this person. 10 of Swords, you feel like, for how you feel about this person, I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons from this person with the 10 of Swords in reverse, and that you've healed a lot because of this person. Both of these cards point to the fact that you want to reconciliate with this person, and I feel like they want to reunite with you here with the Four of Wands. I just can't get past these two cards. Like for some of you, I feel like you're in that mindset. If something doesn't happen soon, I'm going to give up. And I'm seeing the card in this white deck, don't stop. Like you're almost there. So many people give up right before they hit their manifestation. One of my kids just yelled. I want to get one more for how you're feeling about them. You know, we've got the 6 of Swords on the bottom, so it's almost like for how you're feeling about them, there's a lot of mental thoughts about them right now. That's a lot of swords, so mental thoughts. You're thinking a lot about this. And I am seeing like there's this energy of, I feel like I want to reconciliate with this person. I feel like I want to move into calmer waters with them. But at the same time, for some of you, it's almost like you're feeling, is it time to move on from this person? Is it time to give up? Let's get one more for how you're feeling. Queen of Cups. So you're trying to, I do feel like you have a very intuitive connection with this person, or you have this intuitive love for them. I do feel like you love them. Queen of Cups, it feels for how you feel about them. I'm hearing the song, I Had to Lose You to Love Me. So I do feel like you're learning how to love yourself because of this connection, or because of what went down in this connection. And I do feel like right now you feel like you need to focus more on your self-love. The Queen of Cups, though, for love, for how you feel about this person, does show that, you know, maybe this person has a lot of healing to do, but the Queen of Cups talks about wanting to deepen this connection. So like I don't know what's going on with your mental headspace, but the tarot cards here are showing me that you want something more with this person in the future. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at their intentions. So what are their current intentions towards you? Death and rebirth. Six of Cups. So their intentions are to have a new beginning with you, to have a rebirth with you, and to transform this connection and to heal it. The Six of Cups, their intentions are to reach out to you. Their intentions are to reunite with you. That's reunion energy, Six of Cups. This person's intentions could also be to heal some of their childhood wounds before and transform them before this rebirth. But this is like a rebirth after an ending. So their intentions are to have a rebirth with you and to come back together with you, Six of Cups. End of conflict. They want the end of conflict. They want to... That's why I would hate to see you give up right before this comes in. All right, so now I'm going to look at the next 6 weeks between the two of you. I'm not asking about actions. I'm asking about the energy between you in the next 6 weeks, and this will show me if they take action or not. I can see that they're getting ready to take action. But let's see the energy between you and them for the next 6 weeks. We've got Page of Cups. We've got Temperance. We've got the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Let's get one more. Where did that go? Oh, on the floor. We've got the Ten of Cups and the Two of Wands. So the next 6 weeks, we do have someone leaving their comfort zone here. We have a decision being made, Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is also choices about the future. So I'll be honest about what I'm seeing here. We have, it's almost like I'm seeing a progression here because this is the order these came out. So I'm just going to show you the progression that I'm seeing. I'm seeing this person coming in, Page of Cups, with some sort of offer, wanting to show you a new perspective. The Page of Cups specifically talks about revisiting a connection to see if you can renew it. Hang on. I'm seeing a definite so someone coming towards you with creative expression, intuition, self-expression. Perhaps you will renew a romantic relationship, Page of Cups. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing this person coming towards you, wanting to renew something with you, but maybe not being as vulnerable as you hoped they would be. Like, it's not the King of Cups, it's a Page of Cups. So this looks like a small offer coming in. Just remember that red flag card, don't rush, right? Then we have Temperance. So it shows being very patient when it comes to this offer coming in. So it shows patience is needed and avoid romantic pressure. So it looks to me like this person comes in with a small offer. And what I'm seeing here is that you don't rush it. You don't force it. Think about that red flag card. You just kind of see how things unfold. Queen of Pentacles, it looks to me with this Queen of Pentacles like you protect your pentacle when this person comes in. You protect your energy. You don't let them trigger you. You don't let them take away your stability. But the Queen of Pentacles, you can see her arms are crossed and she's protecting this pentacle. So that's what I mean about what I'm seeing. This person could be younger than you. But it looks like this person comes in with a small offer of vulnerability. You're patient and you don't rush things, but you also protect your energy and you don't give your power away. You don't let them trigger you. You remain grounded. With the Queen of Pentacles, you remain grounded. I feel like looking up some advice for you about the Queen of Pentacles before we move on. It's funny, the Queen of Pentacles says your challenging uphill journey is reaching completion. And remember I said I saw that card, don't stop going, you're almost there. The Queen of Pentacles, if you are feeling, when this person comes in, if you're overthinking how little they're giving or how they're not fully opening up to you, avoid pressuring them. Avoid pressuring them to be vulnerable with you. And if you start feeling stress or anxiety, tend to your inner garden. So again, I see you as this Queen of Pentacles kind of being a little bit guarded with this person while you wait to see if they're showing you a new perspective. Then we have the Knight of Cups. So it feels like because you're protecting your own energy and you're staying grounded, you're not becoming like emotionally reactive or critical that this person isn't doing more, because it's in the upright. I had, for one sign, the Queen of Pentacles came out in reverse the other day. So that's why I'm saying that. I see you as not being overly critical that they're not doing more, not being overly critical that they're not opening up more, that they're not being, I feel like you do want this person to be more emotionally open with you, but you're just kind of letting things unfold naturally. And instead of being overly critical about it, or telling them you should do this and you should do that, it looks like you remain grounded and you put that energy into yourself. Temperance does talk about being patient. So it looks like you're really trying to be patient with this person when they come in. And what I'm seeing is that they start to open up more to you because of that patience, because you're not like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? You're just being patient and letting it unfold naturally. This person's emotional armor starts to come down and they start to become even more vulnerable with you with the Knight of Cups. This one talks about revisiting a connection. This one talks about rekindling one. So I feel like if you're patient with this person and you don't rush them and you tend to your inner garden, and like anytime you're feeling triggered, go give that love to yourself with that Queen of Cups. I'm just looking at the Knight of Cups here. It does feel like things get, like this could be someone being very guarded with you, or, you know, not fully expressing love for you or feelings. And again, you don't pressure them. You're patient with them. you protect your own energy, then they start opening up more. They start being more romantic with you. The Knight of Cups talks about flirting. So like I'm seeing a progression in the energy here. And the Knight of Cups talks about someone being vulnerable and expressing their love. Although it can feel scary to bare our soul, this bravery will allow for greater intimacy and connection. So it's like after you make it through this awkward phase and you're patient and you don't rush, be careful, don't rush. Look for those red flags within yourself too. Like if you're feeling triggered and you feel like saying to them, you're not doing enough, go do something for yourself before you say that. Don't react from an emotionally triggered place. Then it looks like the two of you become more vulnerable with each other and open up more. And there's more flirting, there's more attraction. You're building on intimacy and connection. And then 10 of Cups, which shows fulfillment and happiness. Anyway, that's just what the cards are saying. So that's my advice for you based on the cards that are coming out, because I actually recognize this energy from my own experience, and I ended up pushing it away because I was emotionally triggered or I was being overly critical. I wasn't being patient enough. So I wanted to mention that because that's what these cards are about. 2 of Wands, planning, first steps, making decisions, leaving comfort, taking risks, setting romantic goals, making plans in love, planning a future together. 2 of Wands is on the bottom. All right, so what is your advice about this? What advice does Pisces need about this? What advice does Pisces need? High Priestess. So, and oh my gosh, the Knight of Pentacles is on the bottom, which is like baby steps. This is like slow progress. Take this slow. Do not rush it. Trust your intuition. Stay centered. Stay in that divine feminine energy. Whatever your intuition is telling you about this connection, trust that. If your intuition is telling you to like not involve yourself with it anymore and move forward, trust your intuition. But if your intuition is telling you that this person is in your life for a reason, trust your inner knowing. If you feel like your intuition is telling you that you're a counterpart, trust your inner knowing. And remain patient, which is that's the message that I keep getting. Like I'm not, all of what I talked about is within these cards right here. Anyway, your advice, High Priestess. Remain patient in love. Trust your inner knowing. So this is your advice. It's a time to listen to your intuition rather than prioritizing your intellect and conscious mind. And remain patient in love. Remain patient in love. I'm actually curious if I look in this book what it says. Let me just look in this little book. I've been really called to the Moonchild Tarot Guidebook recently. When this card shows up, it encourages you to explore your intuition and dreams and trust any new insights or teachings that resonate with your heart. Listening to your higher divine truth. All right. So let's get channeled messages from your person. Channeled messages from your person. Commitment. I want you to be a part of my future. I could see that in their feelings for you, definitely. 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, it's also showing that this person wants to start something with you that leads to long-term stability. So just, again, Knight of Pentacles, take things slow. You don't have to rush. Actually, what is the advice of the Knight of Pentacles? So remain patient, level-headed, think carefully in any situation, often needing time to mull things over before taking any risks. This key or this card encourages us to commit to our goals and stay true to the process. If we align with perseverance and honorable spirit, there is nothing we cannot achieve. Knight of Pentacles, that's your advice. All right, so channeled messages from your person. Let's see what they want to say. We have unworthy, you're a better person than I am. And I can see your person is working on their self-love. So if they come in towards you and they don't feel worthy of you, they're going to be that Page of Cups. They're going to be slower to open up. They're going to be slower to be vulnerable. And if they're, you know, if you're not patient with them, it could just push them away, is what I'm hearing. I'm not saying to put up with bad behavior either, but there's something about not pressuring this person and remaining very patient. All right, so what does this person want to say to you? Self-love, I'm still trying to heal. Soul contract, the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So that's another thing, self-love. They're still trying to heal. That's what was on the bottom of their, when I pulled their cards, that's what was on the bottom. So they are still working on their self-love. And somebody who's lacking self-love is going to come in like the Page of Cups. They're going to come in a little uncertain about being vulnerable and truly opening up. All right, so we have mend. I want to fix our connection. I do believe they want that. Unexpected outcome. Things didn't go the way I planned. This person, you know, whether that was this connection, maybe they weren't expecting this connection. Maybe they were expecting, like so many people in a soul contract, that they could just move on easily. And then they realized, nope, can't do that. And unfinished business. We still have things left to resolve and discuss. So, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.